Taranaki Māori Rugby Football Union was formed about 1925, but tribal rugby goes back around about 1922, 23 and beyond that. It's been played ever since that time in association with the club rugby on a Saturday here. So with the club rugby on a Saturday throughout Taranaki and our Māori rugby, which used to be played on a Wednesday, now has been played on a Sunday. The two have sat side by side for a long, long time.
Tribal rugby was about genealogy or whakapapa. Tribal rugby was about being strong about your marae and your hapu and of course your iwi. Quite a different sense than playing club rugby for a club.
I guess it's the closest thing a young man would feel to putting on an all black jersey. Just to feel not just the pride and the passion, but the aroha of the whole tribe, you know, as you put this jersey on.
Tribal rugby, you're able to throw the ball around and do what you like and show a bit of flair. But if you played club rugby, Saturday club rugby, everything was planned. So yeah, it came natural to Māori players just to have that bit of flair and do what you like.
The Maori kind of style was quite flow, but it wasn't to be set to a pattern. But they were good ball handlers, very skillful.
A mate wouldn't pass the ball if no, I'm going to get this try. But come to tackle time, oh well, the ball just went whoop. You better be, somebody else better be there to catch it.
The forwards ran like backs, honestly. I've never ever seen rugby like it till today. You know, the super 14 and that sort of stuff. Goodness me, mate, we invented that in the 1980s, Māoris did.
Run it, that was the first option. Kick if you have to, if you're in your own 25 or in the, what they call SHIT.
There was a lot of back play, a lot of passing. Kicking it wasn't non-existent, but it wasn't a common tactic to kick.
With the club scene, it's constructive. It's based on set play, but Māori rugby on a Sunday, that's why a lot of guys play it, because they can play their natural game and just the flair and the instincts, it's just so natural, comes out on them. It can't be coached, it's born in you.
The moment you walked into the changing room with all the other Māori boys there and all your brothers and cousins and nephews and that your whole persona just changed. You know, you weren't there for your club, you were there for your Māori heritage.
You could smell the liniment and the sweat and the steam coming off every player and hearing them breathing heavy when they were in a scrum.
It was like tribal wars. You really had to win at all costs.
You can smell the mud being turfed up. It would really smell like a battle.
They were very tough, very, very competitive.
Every tribal club will be thinking exactly the same. It's all or nothing.
I loved it because of the aggression. It actually got out a lot of aggression. But I enjoyed the game, and it always sparked off. If the opposition played up, it started everything, you know. I suppose it's a mean thing to wind down.
It was about challenging all other iwi within Taranaki for whatever trophies they had in their cabinet. The manu weight was at the top of those. That was like the Ranfurly Shield for us, the Tuera Shield. All of the successful teams we always wanted to strive to beat so that we could add those taonga. to our trophy cabinet.
It's everything on the line. That's the total focus. We want those taongas.
But taongas are the integral part of tribal rugby, or whatever taonga you're playing for that day. You may play it once, win it once, but you may lose at the end of the season, and that's the difference between Māori rugby, is that you got all these taongas that have been donated by whānau over the years to play for.
Well, tribal rugby is a fun time. The spectators enjoy it just as much as the players, if not more.
I was pulled up at the end of the game by the referee, and he said to me, ironically, he said to me, "Look, Tom, we'll have to keep the language down." And I got a bit scared out there, and I said, "Oh, okay." And he says, "Yeah, got a bit rough there one part, and we'll just have to tone it down a bit." I said, "Look, I tell you what, I'll go and talk to these guys in the change rooms and tell them, it's unacceptable, code of conduct, kind of thing." He said, "Oh, no, it's not the guys, it was the aunties under the goalposts."
I was one of the mothers that ran up the sideline.
The men would just sort of stand there and grumble with their hands in their pockets, But the women would be out there going, "You should do the tackle him.
A couple of times, a couple of the aunties have got a little bบuptight because her moko or her grandson had been tackled.
Especially when you saw your son get knocked over, where you give him a yell and, you scream at them and say, "Oh, what?" You just have that. But on the other side, there's the other aunties yelling at you on the other side of the field.
The women are on the sidelines saying, kick him, Kaz, or whatever, and yell and scream, or the poor referee would get really rubbished. But that was all done by the woman,
The refs got heaps of help. They got heaps of help from the sideline,
Yeah, we knew better than the ref. He got a fair share of his abuse from us. I'm sure he did, quite a few of us.
My good lady was an added supporter of rugby, and she seemed to know the rules and what she should be doing a lot better than I did sometimes.
Never run too close down to the sideline because you're either going to get an umbrella or a whack or a trip, and there's no good saying anything because they just laugh at you anyway, and the people all around us just laugh at you.
There was always a lot of laughter, heaps and heaps of laughter. Someone on tribal would say something funny to the people on Pukeariki side, and the banter would go backwards and forwards across the paddock, and there'd just be heaps of laughter. And in fact, even sometimes the team would stop and just crack up laughing at what was being said. But the atmosphere was enormous. It was great. It was heaps of fun.
To hear these women chanting on the sidelines a lot stronger than the men. And I guess the men would have their say later on in the speeches, when the women were out of the room conveniently, so that they could, speak in their low, stern voice, "Good game, boys, good game. We saw a few things that needed changing," and then the women would be clattering in the background and, all the dishes and plates and things, and there'd be chuffs of laughter, because they'd be talking about the game and just reliving every moment that they were yelling about earlier.
What I really liked about tribal rugby was meeting all our whānau and getting together afterwards. And although sometimes it was pretty rough on the field, it was after the game that was the best part, when everyone got together and enjoyed themselves.
There was blood drawn, but after the game, what was left on the field.
After the showers and after the speeches, there was an incredible calm. Like, we all were one family. It didn't matter what marae we were staying on at the time. It was like a family atmosphere, and all histories and everything were put aside for this calm enjoyment. And yeah, that's what I remember.
It was a fun day. It was like one big family day. Everybody got together and the feed was nice. It was a hangi to remember.
Oh, I don't know. We just all loved being together, trying to keep our Māori side going strong.
I really learnt a lot about myself and about my whanaunga by playing tribal rugby, and it was always a pleasure to get together with them and meet them, whether it was in a local, provincial or national team.
Yeah, well, that was back in the day when all the dairy factories and had all different companies along the coast here, and once they started amalgamating, and it just kept on amalgamating.
So a lot of those areas where our people were staying and working, and no longer they've moved into the bigger towns or cities, and so therefore you've got less workers, if you like, and therefore less players in those particular regions.
Manawatū, all their workers were at the freezing works, and when that closed, they all left. You know, they tried to keep the team going with league players and all that, but in the end...
The decline, I think, had also something to do with the young boys coming up and having to move away to support their families, you know, and as they move away, it sort of thins out, and then, yeah, interest is lost.
All we did was just rugby, drink, work. But now it's probably rugby, surf, you know, they got hundreds of things to do now.
But I think the biggest problem with trying to get a lot of our Māori players to play the tribal rugby today is they've got so much on their plate today, with technology and work, and sometimes you might get a talented young player that will get scooped up straight away and end up out of the province.
70% of our people live on the outside of Taranaki. 23% of that 70% live in Australia, and they are the next generation. So that tells you something about the difficulty it will to sustain tribal rugby looking forward. Not insurmountable though, not insurmountable.
What has to happen, we all have to take ownership of it. And I'm talking the 8 iwi of Taranaki. That's the only way I know that it's, you know, it's like a renaissance, a rebirth, if you like. It's a total revitalisation. And for me, that is the top priority.
The future is really in our kids, is in the next generation to really take ownership. And for us as kaitiakis, as administrators, to be there to hand it on, to keep Māori rugby going. And that is the future of Māori rugby in Taranaki, is the knowledge and our guidance in passing it to the next generation for them to pick up.
If you ask me what my hopes are, it's simple. We are going to play tribal rugby.
This live stream is sponsored by PSL, Sound, Light and Stage.
A purutia mai te tāuru o te rangi kia tīna kia wēnā kia toka te manawa ora. Tīna toka te manawa ora ki ea, tīna toka te manawa ora ki rangi nui e tū nei, ki papatua anuku e takoto nei. Ki tēnā o tātou te wanaunga me ngā piringa karanga maa. A piti atu ki te unga mā wiwi, ki te unga e tāmi ana i te pauritanga, ko iara e rongo wakairi ake ki runga tūturu wakamaua kia tīna, hui e tāki e.
Kia ora koutou katoa, nau mai, haere mai, and welcome into Yarrows Stadium in New Plymouth for this traditional match between the Taranaki Māori and the Manawatū Māori, due to start in around about 10 minutes' time. My name is Will Johnston, and joining me is Nahina Kapa and wonderful Karakia. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon for this wonderful game, festival game to celebrate 100 years of Māori rugby in Taranaki for the Rugby Union.
Kia ora, Will. Hey, it's good to be here. Ko Ngāhina Kepa tōku ingoa, he uri au no te maunga tītohea, ngā waka e toru e toko maru kura aupo Aotea. I just want to acknowledge our traditional landowners here, Ngāti Te Uti, for hosting this special occasion for us today here in Taranaki Māori versus Manawatū Māori, Wanaunga from down the way, and celebrating what is a special weekend in 100 years of Māori Rugby Football Union here in Taranaki.
100%, and it's been a massive festival weekend. You guys had the tournament down in Hawera yesterday, and that went well by all accounts.
It was an outstanding day. Big crowd down there. Actually, the weather was beautiful. The games were awesome. Some tough footy out there. Good to see our young ones out there too. Our rangatahi were out there. We had a team from the north and the south represented down there, as well as many of our iwi teams from around the maunga, all there to celebrate what's a huge occasion in 100 years of Māori Rugby Football Union.
Absolutely. And the shield that they're playing for today, do you know much about that?
All as I know is it's a prestigious taonga that's played for between Manawatū, Wanganui and Taranaki, and it's a highly prized position. So I know Taranaki, we just had a kōrero earlier. They're out to bring the taonga home, and so this should be a really interesting match. Given that Manawatū have had quite a few games and are playing really well, Manawatū Māori are playing really well this year thus far, so should make for a good spectacle.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Manawatū has had a number of games. They've been playing sort of in a mini competition. They played the Manawatū Pacifica. They won that game 27-26. The Hora Whenua Kapiti Māori 40-14. The Wanganui Māori 48-29. They won. They lost against the Wellington Māori 38-7. And they beat Wairarapa Bush Development 51-22 last weekend. And Te Matu Māori, they lost that game 57-12. So a really good campaign heading into this game. And Taranaki's only played King Country 17-7. They won that. And then they played a combination of the Taranaki Development and the Pacifica team. So, yeah, I'm sure Taranaki Māori, though, they'll probably want a few more games heading into this traditional game today.
Yeah, they would, but I think the occasion in itself will bring them together. Yesterday was a big day for them all coming together, and I think that today's just a follow-on from that. I'm sure they've had a good kōrero about the impact of this, of this game and how much it could, help Taranaki Māori rugby here in Taranaki. So, they'll be pumped. They'll be ready.
Well, we'll have a look at the two teams who are making their way out onto the middle of Yarrows Stadium for this afternoon's match, as we will run through the Taranaki Māori team first. Josh Iwakau is the number one. Harry Hansen at hooker. Taroa Cameron will make up the front row. Tommy Hamilton and Dylan Schuller the second row, playing lock. Rhodes Featherston, Maringa Lapo and Sarge Walters Hansen will make up the loose forward trio. And to the backline for the Taranaki Māori, Jade Taylor and Hoani Matheson in the halves. Tane Leatherby and Benny Katani on the wing. Callum Tito and Jackson Sinclair in the midfield, and Brent Landers, the captain, will be playing at fullback. It is an all-southern back three, all coastal midfield, along with Hoani Matheson. And a number of these players, Cap's been playing a lot of Premier Rugby during the year.
Yeah, some good players there. Good to see Brent Landers at the back there, holding the fort. The Poe at the back of the field. Benny Katani, he had a few good runs yesterday for Ngā Ruahine. So some really good outside backs here. Tane Leatherby, good young fella coming through the ranks. So looking forward to see them have a crack on the outside there.
And looking at the reserves for Taranaki, Taylor, Shotter, Harrison, Adams, Cassidy, Parker and Woodmass. Also, Caleb Fowle playing in 23 for the Taranaki Māori, who are making their way out onto this beautiful venue here in New Plymouth at Yarrows Stadium. And looking at the Manawatū side, we have Schuster, McLean, Shepherd making up the front row. Rolliston, Hansen, the locks. Palota at 6, Osgood at 7. Trent Reti is the captain at 8. Now the forwards for the Manawatū Māori side. And moving to the back line. Tahiwi McMillan at 9, Woodmass at 10. The wings, Tyrols Pawai and Alex Bob Leah. In the midfield, Matt Moati and Max Harris. And Carson Heppy at the back for Manawatū. Do you know any of these guys? Familiar with some of these names?
Tyrols Paiwai, I know that name. I think I know his papa from down Manawatū. I'm pretty sure. If that's the right one. I think his old man works at Manukura. But yeah, no, looks like a sharp back line there as well.
And the reserve bench for the Manawatū Māori side. Tawai, a player 17 has been scratched. Moati, Mackay, Paul, Sword and Mihinik will make up the 22 for the visiting side, who have come up State Highway 3. They're a little bit late actually getting here, hence why there is a late kickoff. But now we will have the Huckers. Oh, shiver down the spine. It's all set.
Here we have it. The Weddle's been laid. The Weddle has been laid. Looking forward to this one. The boys will be pumped after that. Need a few deep breaths.
Good to see the Taranaki Māori coach, Tawaiti Marakura, amongst that as well. And I think Josh Iwakau led that for the home team. As we have a look at today's referee, Rowan Gladding, Josh Prestige and Mason Austin on the touch for this game. Looks like it will be Manawatū to kick off from left to right. Ethan Woodmass. Rowan Gladding still got it via his right boot. Been refereeing in our premier competition for a number of years now.
Just want to send a big mihi out to our referees also for yesterday, for their hard mihi yesterday. Plenty of games played over one day, and we're very fortunate to have the referees there to support the Māori tribal tournament yesterday in Te Hāwera. So yeah, just acknowledgements to them.
Captain Wright.
So Rowan is mic'd up for us this afternoon, so we will be able to hear his decisions. And he gets this game underway. Traditional match between Manawatū and Taranaki Māori teams. It's a wonky old kick to start from Ethan Woodmass, but Taranaki has possession on their own 10-metre line. And Landers tidies up from the back. And they're in some space here. Jackson Sinclair into the line. Woodmass makes the tackle for Manawatū. Jay Taylor is playing halfback for Taranaki.
Roll out.
Inside their own half. Taylor switching it back this way. Tito into the line. Katani playing on the wing. Cuts back in field to lay it back for Taylor. Tito waiting for it at first receiver. Defence coming up nicely from Manawatū.
Tackle now!
Trying to get over the ball. And not supporting his own body weight. So there's the first penalty of the afternoon. And they're going to go quickly too. Jade Taylor runs away with it. Taken high. Another advantage. Ethan Woodmass was the man who took it high. Harry Hansen out of the Stratford Eltham Club, the champions this year, runs it up over the halfway line. Taylor reaching in and grabbing it. Change of direction from Tito. Sinclair kicks downfield. And Bob Lear running back for Manawatū, but no advantage coming. And the high tackle. I'll come back for that penalty, but quite a frantic start.
Good start by Taranaki. Definitely looking to spread the ball nice and early and open it up, create some space. So good to see them coming into the game with a bit of an attacking mindset.
Hawani Matheson, out of King Country originally, will kick for touch out of the Coastal Club.
Ngāti Parau and Te Ati Ao Warirangi.
Take a step on the touchy, guys. Hold.
So first line out of the afternoon. Harry Hansen throws and it's gone over the top
Backwards, still backwards.
of Parker,
Leave him. No.
who is playing in number 4 by the looks of it, out of the Inglewood Club. And they've gone back to the halfway line. Taylor running onto it is Cameron out of Francis Douglas. Slow ball here for Taranaki.
Backwards.
A little bit loose there. Walters Hansen has got to tidy up for the home team. Still coming away to this left-hand side. As Jockey Wakau concedes the penalty. Manawatū with the turnover at the ruck. And it looks like it was Palota who was over the ball.
Yeah, good work there by Paloto, Ngāti Raukawa. And good to see some of our young ones out there too. Taiora Cameron, Ngāti Mutunga, our Ngāti Mutunga wānau.
McLean to throw here, Manawatū. First time they're down this area of the park. And nice little run there from AJ Hansen inside Taranaki's half, but the turnover there coming from Walter Hansen, and Cameron takes off with it over the 22. It's a little bit messy, but Manawatū come away with it, and here's the first try of the afternoon, and it's the hooker with no number, McLean, who will score next to the posts for Manawatū. A little bit messy at the back though, wasn't it?
It was. They made the most of their advantage here and got the meat pie. McLean from Rongomaiwa in it. But against the cuff there though, Taranaki definitely had the momentum, but Manawatū jumped on that opportunity and definitely made the most of it.
Where you are.
Hippie with the conversion, got one against Wairarapa Bush last weekend in their 51-22 win.
It's 50% synthetic, so it doesn't turn to mud.
So not quite 5 minutes gone and they're on the board. As you say, Caps completely against the runner plate.
Yeah, Taranaki just seemed to have the momentum there, but just got to hold on to that ball. Really important to hold on to that ball, especially in your red zone. Otherwise, they'll make you pay for it. Here we have Carson Hepi with the kick, which is successful. So Carson's from Tupuaretoa, the Hepi whānau. It takes the score out to 7-0. Manawatū Māori over Taranaki Māori.
So just a couple of changes here, or a few number changes for Manawatū. Matt Moati, I hope I've pronounced that right, just correct me, is at 13 and Ben Harris at 24. So they are the changes. Matheson to get play underway after that try, and going up with it is Tommy Hamilton. There's been a little knock on there.
second one. Grab.
And Manawatū will get the scrum. This is the first scrum of the afternoon after 5.5 minutes, so interesting to see who can assert that early dominance.
Be good to see what they do here from the scrum feed as well. Manawatū, Māori football, as we know, they play with a lot of flair, so hopefully they throw the ball around a little bit from the red zone, have a crack. So,
crouch down, bind up, hold.
Stable platform so far. Manawatū wanting to urge a little bit forward. Woodmass there, first receiver. They get it back to Epi, and he bangs it downfield for Manawatū. And a good clearance kick there from the visiting side. They get a line out around the 10-metre mark. Landers looking to go quickly. Toying with the opposition, but he'll hand it back to Harry Hansen to throw it in. Nice platform here for Taranaki. Tito.
Tackle guys, roll green. Good, hold.
Taylor. Still keeping it relatively tight here, Taranaki. And now they get it out into the backs with Jackson Sinclair having a run.
No,
and that's Osgood making the tackle and trying to get over the ball. Taranaki playing the ball freely. There's Max Harrison, 24, making the tackle. So he's in the midfield but playing in the 24 jersey. Flirting with this near touchline. Cameron, nice little tip onto Schuller. Taylor again. Basketball pass over the top. Leatherby cuts back in field. Nice little pass around the corner. Cameron running onto it as Tito. Beautiful stuff by Taranaki. A nice little tip on. And Callum Tito out of the Coastal Club will score. I thought that pass may have been a little bit forward, but it's in the books.
There was a good try there. Good to see Taiora Cameron. That's a second offload, the big prop. Lovely to see that offload there. Callum Tito from Taranaki Iwi. Good to see him finish that off. Great try. Beautiful.
Yeah, he just found space too. Wonderful. And look at the support play from Tito. Couple of steps there around the defence. And lovely finish.
That's 7-5 with the kick to come from Taranaki. Just a few quick acknowledgements to some of our sponsors of this weekend. Taranaki Māori Rugby Football Union 100th anniversary whānau, so big weekend. So big mihi out to the sponsors of the tournament yesterday, of the game today. Those sponsors being Te Kāhui o Taranaki, Te Rūnanga o Ngāti Tama, Te Rūnanga o Ngāti Mutunga, Te Kotaitanga o Te Atiawa, Te Korowai o Ngā Rua Ene, Te Kāhui Māori Trust, Te Rūnanga o Ngāti Ruanui, Ngā Rauru Kitai, BTW Company, Taylor Patrick Surveyors, Te Koremako o Taranaki, Taranaki Rugby Football Union, Tū Tama Wahine o Taranaki, Te Tinia Maui, Waitara Health and Fitness, ANZCO, PKW, Fonterra and PRSL Taranaki. So big mihi to you all for your fantastic support for what is a momentous weekend for Māori rugby here in Taranaki.
Ka pai. It's a really good list, isn't it? Wonderful support.
That's awesome.
So the score's locked up after nearly 9.5 minutes. Wani Matheson with the conversion. And here is Taranaki again.
Looks like there's a change there. Tane Leatherby has been replaced by India.
Might be, yeah.
Saltui Huta. So he's playing on the wing there. He's of Te Atiawa.
Yeah, no, I looked at that to start with and it didn't look like Leatherby there. So India, of course, has been overseas playing sevens and so forth. Very skillful player out of Clifton.
I actually heard he was playing in the car park. Someone just told me in the car park. I think India's playing today. So, seen the headgear. Oh, there he is. So scrum feed here to Manawatū Māori now, attacking the Taranaki line.
So the ball spews out there for Manawatū, and they move away to that blindside pass over the top to Rolls Pawai, knocks it on, but there was a little bit of space there.
It's inside. He's not allowed inside the 5'8". Nah. It's a knock on and it's touch. Do you want scrum or line out?
And the options here for Taranaki, of course, if it is knocked out or knocked on into touch, they get the option of a scrum or a line out. And Harry Hansen will throw into the line out. That was the option. They go quickly too. Good platform here again for Taranaki inside the 22. Iwakau running onto it.
Outside. Stay on your feet.
Manawatū competing at the ruck.
Number 5 straight off his feet.
And the penalty goes against AJ Hansen. He's off his feet there, trying to drive through and get the turnover. And they'll clear.
AJ Hansen, Ngāti Tahi. My apologies, Ngai Tahu. Opening it up here, Taranaki, Benny Kātini.
They go quickly. Benny Kātini trying to push his opposite off.
Off now, one.
In fact, it was Max Harris trying to make the tackle. Ball laid back here for Jade Taylor. Matheson in midfield. A little tip on there to Hamilton. Coming back this near side. Sinclair. Kātini again. And he had to get rid of it pretty quickly.
No.
And they did well there to control that. Manawatū's defence was pretty good.
Off now.
Taylor again playing halfback.
Play on.
Lapo, his first touch of the afternoon. Matheson. Paddy Parker. Looks like he's playing at 6 instead of Rhodes Featherston.
No.
So a couple of late changes here.
No, you're right.
Just to keep the commentators on their toes.
There'll be a scrum feed to Manawatū Māori here. Quite a tight game at the moment.
Yeah, it is. It's sort of between the 22s, isn't it?
It is. 10 minutes gone. Anybody's game at the moment. As you can see, though, a bit more territory to Manawatū Māori. They've had the ball a bit longer than Taranaki, but...
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Here's the scrum now. Big shot there coming from Taranaki, and Lapo breaks off quickly to put that pressure on, and he comes away with it. And it's forward. Jay Taylor was away, but Taranaki had the advantage, and they'll come back for another scrum.
What a fabulous day here at Yarrows Stadium. The sun's out, beautiful. The mountains out, full of snow. Had an awesome day yesterday down in Te Hāwera too for the tribal rugby tournament. So beautiful weekend for rugby all round. Big mihi out to Tukatumoana Walden, Sarah Mako and the team, the Taranaki Māori Rugby Football Union team, for all their hard mahi to get this weekend underway and to bring everybody together like they have. So just had a beautiful luncheon before. It's an awesome kōrero from Uncle John Niwa about the history of Māori rugby. So it was really special. So it's been a great weekend.
Good number of teams down in Te Hāwera yesterday.
Yeah, there was 6 teams and then the 2 rangatahi teams as well. So great turnout really.
Yeah, that's a great weekend for it. The weather has been good. As Taranaki looked to break out of their own half through Landers. Couldn't quite get the pass away to Taylor, but India there. So Tuahuta runs away with it, gaining some metres. Taylor. Iwakau, in fact that's Harry Hansen, the hooker. Gets the offload away to Iwakau. The bounce pass to Kātini on the wing. What does he do here? Cuts back on the inside.
Tackle now, off 7.
Tackle there coming from Harris. The forwards there in support through Iwakau up to the 22. Matheson, front foot ball here for Taranaki. Hansen. Matheson again. Lovely passes. Round the back they go. Over the top from Landers. Not his best pass. Just a little bit forward ahead of Lapo. It wasn't forward into touch though, so they'll get the line out. They just want to play it quickly, don't they, Taranaki?
Yeah, it's good. It's a good style of footy though. They're opening it up. They're having a crack, which is enjoyable to watch.
Time off here. After 15 minutes, a try apiece. Both converted. Might be a player down and back play. Yeah, it is. The medic coming on.
Oh, yeah. He's the winger, eh?
Can't quite see the number of the player who is down, but obviously a bit of attention there. Looks like maybe a knee or something.
We've got sub coming on for him. Yep. Cool. Cheers, mate. I suppose I'll stop for one. I better get a check the other.
Looks like it could be an ankle there.
It's just blood in his nose, mate.
It's good to see some of these boys out here. Some of them were playing yesterday. I see Sinclair, I think it is, Sinclair, Schuler. A few of them played 4 games yesterday. So to see them out here today is pretty impressive. So well done to them representing their iwi and then coming here to represent their maunga. So pretty special. They must be a bit sore. I'm sure they'll have a good rest tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And they'll want to finish the weekend strongly too, I'm sure.
Hold.
So McLean to throw, but it's been stolen by Schuller on the side of Taranaki. Sawatu Huta into the line. Woodmass makes the tackle and puts them down again. That pressure coming in from Manawatū. And under advantage, but they'll come back for that. Coming off their feet at the breakdown. And the captain, Reti, asking the question. But he's not going to win that argument, is he?
2 for 1 there.
He's the captain.
The captain there, Reti from Ngaitau. You got to try though, don't you, Will?
Oh,
you got to try,
yeah,
mate.
yeah.
You'd know all about that, wouldn't you, on the whistle?
Yeah.
I'm sure you know some of the favourites in the club competition that don't mind having a crack.
Oh, yeah. They can ask the question, but not prepared to get into a debate. Could be there all day debating the rules of rugby, you know. So much grey. But Taranaki in a really good position here. Hamilton goes up with it. They get the driving maul going. It's the Hansen that's got it at the back there. We saw a hooker that scored 4 tries here on Wednesday night.
Take step, guys.
Close here again for Taranaki. Here we go, trying to get over the line, and it is held up. Good defence by Manawatū, and it will be a goal line dropout, but the platform was there for them to set it up.
Yeah, I think they've been watching the Taranaki Bulls in their last game. I think they scored a few tries off that last week, didn't they, against North Harbour? So Māori boys trying to copy their mates from the Bulls.
Yeah, Ricky Riccatelli, 4 tries from that particular fashion. Here's Woodmass with the goal line dropout. Beautifully taken there by Hansen. And he bumps off one. And still driving forward, Harry Hansen, the hooker.
Step.
Lays it back here for Taranaki. Parker, the Inglewood club captain. A metre or so out from the line.
Short. Hold.
Schuller has a crack. Reti, the captain, trying to get over the ball. But they move it away into the back line. Easy as you like here for Karane for the corner. Taranaki's second try was building. And Benny Katane out of the Southern Club gets rewarded in the corner.
Benny Katane, ngā ruehine rangi Ngāti tū. He's a live wire, Benny is. Had some fantastic runs yesterday at the tribal tournament in Te Hāwera as well, and he's come here today and wants to do the same. He scores in the corner there. Beautiful try.
Yeah, Manawatū just bunched up on defence. That's why there was that slight overlap and that space there for the winger to score.
Yeah, I'm surprised that, wouldn't be surprised if someone goes to the bin soon. There's a lot of indiscretion happening there in and around the ruck. Manawatū diving over the ball, so be interesting to see how the referee keeps the tabs on that.
Yeah, 4-1 penalty count. Particularly around the red zone, they're pretty hot on that. Where we saw out here on Wednesday night, not even a penalty given, but 4 advantages, and a guy was put in the bin. So that's how tough referees can be. Oh, beautiful kick there from Hawani Matheson from the corner. 14-7 Taranaki.
Hawani Matheson, so from Ngāti Porou, and Te Ao Tā Warirangi.
Promising player. Woodmass to get play again underway. 1-2 used to kicking off, unfortunately. Lapor winds up.
Tackle now.
The two-copper flanker.
Yeah, I'm out of it.
Parker with a dummy and gets over the advantage line. Taranaki with a spring in their step. 14-7 up. Great set play there. Landers got to go and tidy up on that occasion.
Tackle now. Hold. Hold green.
1-2 have had no ball at all. Taylor. Tommy Hamilton. Held there by Palota. Nice inside ball from Parker. Taylor again. And keeping the ball alive. Oh, it's been intercepted though. Bob Lear coming out of the line.
No, still in.
And the ball is there for Manawatū. No halfback.
No, ball's still in.
No, get there finally. Epi had to go on and play halfback. Nice little tip on there to Hansen. He lays it back.
No. Vanish knock on.
And it's been knocked onto the back. So Taylor runs away with it. Spots a little bit of space here for Taranaki. Trying to break away. No one's there to support. But Manawatū get the turnover. So they've got a chance here to clear from their own half. And Jade Taylor's offside there. He couldn't really do much with it, to be fair.
Just don't throw it into him on purpose.
You heard that. Just try not to milk it.
We've got a good game on our hands here, Wānau. 20 minutes in and 14-7. Taranaki Māori over Manawatū Māori. Last 10 minutes has been all Taranaki, as you can see with the possession, 74% possession. Early on in the spell, Manawatū had quite a bit of ball, but it's been all Taranaki the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Right down in front of us here. A line out for Manawatū. Goes on their side. Woodmass gets it away to their captain, Reti. Good barnstorming run over halfway for Trent Reti.
Ball's out.
Lays it back. A little bit sloppy. There is an advantage. Osgood in 7 runs away with it. And they'll come back for the penalty. And Taranaki just not getting back on side after that breakaway. So, Carson Hippie to Wharitoa will clear for touch.
Manawatū hot on the attack here. Be interesting to see if they take it up the middle there from this line out, or they open it up out wide.
McLean throws, and again, one against the throw. Taranaki set piece, working really well.
It's another one there from Hamilton, from Ngaitahu.
Hansen. Again, over the advantage line for Taranaki. They're not going to clear, they're just going to run it. Lapor. Taylor. India. So Tuahuta. He distributes again. And it's really quick ball here for Taranaki. Hamilton up to the 10-metre line. Iwakote again. He's had a couple of runs and there's a knock on there from Jackson Sinclair. The pass wasn't that great. He had to go down and get it.
Been impressed with Harry Hansen so far, Ngāti Paraurangi. He's been very strong up the middle there, the hooker from Taranaki. As has his Tommy Hamilton from Ngaitahu, the lock. Both playing well up the middle there.
So 23 and a half minutes gone. 14-7, 2 converted tries to 1.
Set.
Scrum here for Manawatū. Tahiwi McMillan is the halfback.
Tackle now off him.
Woodmass got to go in and play halfback. And trying to break it through again is Manawatū. And Taranaki trying to get over the ball, but wasn't supporting his body weight, Brent Landers. Woodmass with the dummy. Harris Off it goes to Osgood. Parker makes the tackle for Taranaki. Moving it away to that left-hand side. And they'll come back for the penalty, Rowan Gladding. Brent Landers not supporting his body weight, trying to get the jackal.
15, you've got to stay on your feet, hey?
I reckon Brent was just going in there for a bit of a rest there, mate. Just wanted to lay on the bros. Knowing me mate Brent, old Landers.
Oh.
Might be the old age there, me mate.
Not short of a word too, old Landers on the field. But I give him one thing, he always comes in after a game and shakes your hand.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Yep.
He's a good man.
Absolutely. So line out for Manawatū around the 22.
You guys use the line.
15 to go. And the opening stanza. McLean throws for Manawatū.
Nah, numbers are good. Oh, one out.
Sorting their numbers out, Taranaki on defence.
Play on.
And again, another one against the throw. Oh, the ball is loose here. Manawatū could grab it. It was Schuster coming through for the Māori for Manawatū. Jade Taylor to clear. Taranaki did well under pressure. And we get a line out a little bit closer to where the previous one was. Jeepers, a little bit nervous at the back there for the home team. I don't think they're in a rush here with just the nature of this game. It's certainly been pretty open. And despite there being a westerly breeze, it's fairly warm out there.
Up now.
So Manawatū get the drive going, a little bit disjointed. They've still got the ball. And it's AJ Hansen in jersey 5 who's got it. They go to ground. Taranaki doing their best to get it. The ball is available though. Number 22 is Minhinnick.
Tackle now. Hold play.
He's laid back.
Ball's out.
It's a little bit loose and Taranaki come away with it. They've done really well there to snaffle the pill. And it was Walters Hansen. Landers thought about passing. Almost cleans out Lapo in the process with that kick. And could this be third time lucky for Manawatū with the line out in similar position?
Good to see Benjamin Minhinnick in there from Te Atiawa, coming back to his old stomping ground, Taranaki. Obviously down in Palmerston North now.
Oh, another little knock on there from Dylan Schuller, who's played a lot of rugby on this venue during the club season for Spotswood United, formerly Coastal. Picked up over 100 games for Coastal and then jumped ship to Spotswood United, and he's certainly been an asset for them during the season.
Oh, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you go to Spotswood United, eh? Great club, great club.
We've got looking at social media, they've got a bit of an announcement coming up.
I've seen that.
Should be interesting. Yeah.
Fine.
Look forward to seeing what happens there.
Set.
So here we McMillan
Hold there, 9.
to feed. There's the intent there from Taranaki. And Jade Taylor gets the ball after it's spewed out the side. So Tuahuta breaks into the line. Sinclair is there in support.
Roll out, Green.
And Taranaki immediately get into Manawatū's half. Defence coming up quickly there from Woodmass. Paddy Parker
No hands, guys.
back towards the traffic. And now they go open.
Good
Another run. Yeah, great support. Oh, they couldn't quite link up, but they were offside.
Offside.
Just with that quick play, Manawatū not getting back. His Landers wants to go quickly, but I think they will go with the security of the touchline.
Been impressed with Taranaki's offloads in space, especially from their prop Tyler Cameron. For a big boy, been there, I think that's the third or fourth time now he's been there in that open for that offload and that support play. Good to see.
They've gone for a scrum here. As we saw the last one, Taranaki had a good shunt. Yeah, you're right about those offloads. A lot of support there. And it's almost a carbon copy of what Taranaki's been doing in the NPC. I'm sure we'll see that a little bit later on this afternoon. So Jade Taylor to feed. And it's an 8-9 play, and they go blind to the Taranaki Māori. Matheson now breaking through. And there's the support play we were talking about. It's Jade Taylor, the halfback, will scamper in and score Taranaki's third try of the afternoon.
Beautiful run there by Hone Matheson from Coastal, Ngāti Porou. In the backup there by Jade Taylor from Southern Ngārue Henerangi. The support play's been outstanding so far from the team. The halfback's been outstanding too. He's been everywhere so far. And he scores himself a meat pie.
So 19-7 with a kick to come. Matheson will look to add the extras as we tick over 30 minutes in this match.
Everything else is all right, Josh?
Tuera Shield is what they're playing for today.
Both teams are just a bit lazy at staying.
And as we've been talking about, CAP celebrating 100 years of Taranaki Māori Rugby Football Union, and finishing the weekend with this festival game here, played in glorious conditions.
Yeah, it's prized possession, the Tuera Shield. So I know Taranaki and Manawatū will both be vying to lift that shield today. Although it's 100 years of Taranaki Māori Rugby Football Union, it's actually a lot longer than that. As we spoke earlier about in some kōrero we heard from Atua John Hooker earlier about in 1868 there being a game of rugby between the local Māori there in Ngāruehine and the Redcoats.
Wow.
Back in the mid 1860s, which is a long time ago. So although it's 100 years celebration, it's a lot longer than that. Actually,
Yeah.
Māori rugby's a lot older than that. So.
That would have been an interesting game to watch.
It would have. It would have. Wish we had cameras back then.
Yeah. Manawatū with the restart. They go long. And
Tackle now,
Tommy Hamilton.
off.
Tahu. He runs it up, and again Taranaki not kicking, just want to run it outside their half. And they got an advantage here because it was Osgood who came offside, but didn't get back onside, and tackled Taylor. Sinclair with a little kick ahead, spot a little bit of space there for Katani, and advantage over.
Before he kicked it.
Same again, the hooker there, Henson into everything.
Yeah.
He did that during the club season too.
What a
Stratford Eltham.
Yep.
Taranaki champions. Wow, how times have changed, eh? Stratford Eltham, man. Good to see them going well in club footy.
Yeah, and they've been building too for the last couple of years. They've made the semis for the last few, and then went on obviously to win the championship. So Ross Williams and co down there have been doing a really good job with them, and they've been through some struggles. 10, 15 years ago they were the team that at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, I remember we were at the bottom of the table with them, so I remember those games fondly. But good to see my mates Ross Williams and John Whittington doing good things out there for Stratford Eltham.
Well, they won the championship on this ground, beating Southern earlier this year. Manawatū Māori.
No, he's out.
Good
He's
run
out
there
of it.
from AJ
He's out
Hansen.
of it.
Moving it away to this near side. Reti to Scholster. And again, Woodmass into the line. Taranaki again trying to get over the ball, but it is there for Manawatū. And Reti, who was down. In fact, it was Scholster, who was down. The ball came to him and he picked up and carried on. There's Reti now. His brother will be playing for Taranaki a little bit later on this afternoon. And Ethan.
No!
Good run there from Minhinnick up to the 22. Manawatū now showing what they can do with ball in hand. Jay Rolliston in 4 runs it up to the 22. Woodmass. And there's Max Harris now running freely. Passes on the outside to Rolls Pawai. And he's out though, which is a shame because they look really good. But they've gone quickly here, Taranaki. Not going to muck around. And Landers will clear for touch. They look pretty good in space.
Play on.
They do. Harris look nice out wide there. Well, they got the ball again.
Yeah, not mucking around
Tackle
either team.
Awesome.
And with 6 or 7 minutes to go before the break, Manawatū
Tackle,
want to
guys.
get some more points on the board. In from fullback is Heppy. Pass to McLean, and it's being knocked on though, so
Hey,
under advantage here, and it's being knocked off from Taranaki, so no, it's going to be a penalty. Cameron took a high shot from Reti. And a few words as well in the process.
The young ball and the old ball, eh? Good to see them throwing the ball around, but obviously when you throw the ball around, there's
6 to go, yeah.
potential to lose that ball. So there's been a few errors.
Up now. Oh, sweet as. Play on them.
So line out for Taranaki on their 10-metre line on this near side of Yarrows Stadium. As Harry Hansen will look to throw it in. Looks like jersey 18. Ricky Harrison is on
Hold the line.
out of the Kaitaki club. And one against the throw. That's the first one. Manawatū's won off Taranaki throw. So they'll be happy with that. And they've had the momentum for the last couple of minutes anyway, just before the break. There's Walters Hansen trying to get over the pill, but they'll come back for the knock-on as we've got under 5 minutes to play.
Just want to mihi out to the management team of Taranaki Māori as well, Te Waiti Maraikura from Te Atiawa in Clifton. Good to see him out there. He chucked the jersey on yesterday and had a bit of a run around. Yeah, showed some of the young fellas how it's done, which is really cool. Teihorangi Walden as well from Ngāti Tama and Spotted United. And Jay Rangi from Tāngahoi, Jay Wilkinson, from Tāngahoi as well. So just mihi out to them for their awesome work on bringing the boys together for the special occasion.
Yeah, Toka Walden floating around too in an advisory capacity. Did a good job with Spotty this year. Ariti off the back of the scrum for Manawatū, and they get the drive going. Have the advantage line, that's what they need. And it is a quick ball, Woodmass. And running, trying to find some spaces. Minhinnick again. Tackled and he carries on. Good drive here from the visiting side. Only scored one try so far this afternoon. The ball's come out. So Walters Hansen has just come round, grabbed it and knocks it on. Good awareness.
Great run there by Ben Minhinnick from Te Atiawa. Ex-New Plymouth Boys High School student who ended up down at Palmerston North Boys. Big shout out to his old man, Pete. And a mihi out to the Manawatū Māori coaching staff as well. Oh, yes, I am right. Yeah, Portene. Good to see you in there, my mate. Portene Paiwai, coaching from Ngāti Kautwata and Te Arawa.
Crouch! Down! Bye! Hold!
Another set piece.
Set!
3 minutes to play here at Yarrows Stadium in New Plymouth.
No, we'll start again.
Live coverage of Taranaki Māori and Manawatū Māori. Tuera Shield up for grabs here. And a scrum reset. There are a lot of tired bodies out there at the moment. Hands on hips. It's been hot stuff out there, and we know that there is a westerly breeze, but it'll be pretty warm down there with the sun shining, because you're pretty sheltered from the westerly down on ground level. To Huey McMillan to feed for Manawatū, and he gets quick ball too. Over the 22 goes Manawatū, back into position there as the half-back, and Harris couldn't quite control that. It's gone backwards and kicked downfield by Sinclair. In fact, it is a knock-on. May have got a call there from the assistant referee, and knock-on there from Taranaki.
Couple minutes to go in the first half. Obviously Taranaki up on the scoreboard, 21-7. But it's been a tight affair.
On the line.
Yeah, McLean scored Manawatū's first try. That was completely against the run of play. Ipi converted it, and then after that it's all been Taranaki with 3 converted tries. Matheson has been accurate off the boot. Tito, Katane and Taylor with the tries for the home team. As Manawatū before the break lose the ball, and looked like a good play there, but Harris couldn't quite control it as the Taranaki defence came up.
No, I've still got 30 seconds on mine.
Yeah, ball security key there, especially with a minute or so to go. That's Māori rugby. Have a crack. Spread the ball around. Sometimes it doesn't go your way, sometimes it does, but looks like they're enjoying themselves, eh, Will?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And it's been played in a really good spirit. And as I mentioned, Taranaki played King Country and they won that 17-7 in July. I refereed that game and they just love throwing the ball around, and yeah, Tawari certainly has got them going.
Was that the King Country Heartland
Yes,
team?
it was,
Okay.
yeah. A little bit scrappy here as we tick over 40 minutes.
Some more,
And
guys.
I think we heard the siren before.
It's fine.
Reti comes in and
No, it's fine.
Minhinnick
Second now.
with the ball, coming away with it. Manawatū before the break, what can they do? Rolliston up to the 22. Taranaki trying to get over the ball. To Hiwi McMillan. Oh, no look pass. And Walters Hanson comes away with it. Lapo now with a step. His opposite Osgood takes him down. And they've knocked it on Taranaki.
Lost it in home.
I've been impressed with Sage Walters-Harris. He's been strong off the back of the scrum there. The number 8 from Te Aotearoa. Not too sure if he's any relation to Charles, but he looks very similar, so could be.
Could be, yeah. Well, the referee, Rowan Gladding, has blown half-time here at Yarrows Stadium. The Taranaki Māori with a really comfortable lead against the Manawatū Māori. 21-7, 3 converted tries to 1. And Taranaki, we've spoke about their passing, their support. They look very good, don't they, and just seem to break through the line.
They just seem really energetic and loose play. As you can see there with the territory, 64% actually in favour of Manawatū, which is quite interesting. And the possession there, 56% to 44% in favour of Taranaki. But I think that support play, that broken play has been really on Taranaki's side in the first half. As you can see, 3 tries and 3 conversions as well.
10 penalties as well, which is not actually a hell of a lot. And it's promoting a really clean game of footy. Rowan Gladding controlling this game really well. Privileged to have him mic'd up so we can understand the decisions. But we will take a break here at Yarrows Stadium in New Plymouth, and we'll be back with the second half with Taranaki leading the Manawatū Māori team by 21-7. Kia ora koutou katoa, no mai haere mai. Welcome back to Yarrows Stadium in New Plymouth for this match between the Taranaki Māori and the Manawatū Māori. Festival game playing for the Tuera Shield as the second half is underway. Taranaki leading 21-7 after scoring 3 tries to 1.
Hold, guys.
And Manawatū with early possession. In the early stages of the second stanza, a maul has been formed and Taranaki could get the turnover here.
Still moving,
If Manawatū are forced backwards, but they've still got it back here to Manawatū driving forward. And now it goes to ground.
No, I called it.
Nahina Kappa with me in commentary. And what do you make of the first half, mate? Pretty frantic stuff out there.
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed it. Taranaki, I like the way that they're playing. They're spreading the ball, they're backing each other up, and they're having a crack. They're, using their offloads well. So yeah, no, it's been a good game so far.
So just looking at the game tracker. So McLean scored the first try for Manawatū. That was converted by Hepi to make it 7-0. And then after that, it's been Taranaki with Tito, Katani, and Taylor scoring, with Matheson kicking 3 from 3. So that's what makes up the score at the moment. Landers, India Sautuahuta spinning out of a couple of tackles and lays it back for Taylor playing halfback. Matheson again. On to Walters Hansen. And Manawatū coming through, disrupting the halfback, and they get the penalty. In a kickable position, but knowing the way that the Taranaki Māori are playing today, they will probably go for the line-out or even tap it. Line-out is the call.
Might be looking for that rolling maul over the try line again.
The whole first half, both teams complained about taking out the halfback. I'm starting to do something about it now, okay?
And a good kick there down towards the 5-metre line. Josh Prestige with his flag up. And just heard in the background there, and you can see Rowan Gladding, the referee, just telling Reti about his ruling at the breakdown about taking the halfback out. You can't. So clear instructions by Rowan Gladding. Hansen chucks it up. Hamilton goes up with it. Hansen's got it at the back and it goes down. They move it away to the blind side. Hansen going for the corner, trying to keep it in play, and he does pretty well too. It's Palota who brought him down to ground, but they'll pick and go this one here. Taranaki, and he's got the penalty for double movement. It was Tommy Hamilton, and they go quickly. And they're not back 10, Taranaki. So immediately the momentum has completely changed.
Can't take a quick tap on that one. Too slow on the movement, guys.
So he must have ruled that Tommy Hamilton was tackled and then lurched forward.
Hansen done well there. He was heading towards the sideline, managed to find his way back in. But Manawatū with the ball now, got the line out. Always a good battle, Taranaki Manawatū.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see that a little bit later on in the Bunnings NPC when these two teams will play against each other in round 8 of the competition.
Release them!
Reti with the ball, he has been released. Tahiwi McMillan as halfback. Harris knocks it on, and they're probably away there as well. Manawatū just can't quite execute those passes.
There has been a couple of times where Manawatū on that edge have managed to break through the line, but just a couple of passes that haven't been on the target that have cost them, but maybe that's an area they should look to exploit a little bit more.
It's got to be one movement. You held it, you sat there, and then you went. If you went straight away, it'd be fine. Crouch!
So Taranaki
Fine!
had the dominance at scrum time in the first half.
Set! Hold, guys.
And Manawatū trying to get a shunt on, and it's been controlled at the back by Taylor. Tito in midfield, and the pass just a little bit flat, and
Sorry, not first.
Jackson Sinclair couldn't quite control it, and will pack down for another scrum.
Just a big mihi to all those out there that might be watching us at home, who aren't here with us in person, but big mihi out to all those that attended yesterday's tribal tournament down in Te Hāwera. It was a fantastic occasion. And make sure to stay tuned, whānau, with your sports show on Te Koremako, Te Aoha Kinakina, each Friday night from 6 p.m. through till 7:30 p.m. on your Tribal Pulse, 94.8 FM and 98.4 FM. So that's all for your latest sports news, views, reviews and previews, whānau. So make sure to tune into that every Friday night.
Oh, great play. Harris.
Play on, backwards.
He tried to get the offload away, and it's been kicked downfield, though, from Taranaki. India Sawatuahuta over the halfway line, just ankle tapped as he hurdled over the defence. Here's Harry Hansen. He puts boot to ball. You don't generally see that from a hooker. Rolls Pawai. Off it goes to Hepi. In fact, it's Woodmass will clear.
Everyone's on.
And a good clearance kick there from Manawatū.
No.
And then
You guys
after
kicked it.
people have tuned into your show, they can listen to the Most FM Sports Show on a Saturday morning.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Friday night, Saturday morning, whānau. Tune in.
Sure there'll be a lot of banter on both programs.
100%. 100%. It's really good too to on those sports shows just to hear what all sports, what's happening in other sports as well around the maunga. I think a couple of weeks ago I had a chat with Matthew Britz, who's para table tennis, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just learning different types of sports,
100%. Yeah, a lot of diversity of sports these days. Taylor. Cameron drops it. Cold, unfortunately, but it's been kicked away by Manawatū. And the chase coming from, it's AJ Hansen in the 5 jersey, but running back for it is Taranaki. It's Jade Taylor. We've seen his speed today after he scored his try. And Taranaki have done well. Sinclair will clear. And under a little bit of pressure, but AJ Hansen just didn't have enough pace to lead the charge there on that occasion. Harris looks to go quickly, but he'll leave it for his hooker.
Taranaki just needs to be a bit careful there. The first try that was scored by Manawatū was off a mistake from Taranaki and almost happened again.
9.
Another try there by Manawatū would have brought them right back in this game. So Manawatū with the feed now and the line out, attacking the Taranaki try line.
Substitution was made there as well. Regan Sword in jersey 21 has come on for Vince Tahiwi McMillan at halfback.
Go back, take a step, guys.
Again, Taranaki getting up at line-out time. Schuster coming through. Hansen again with a kick downfield.
He's loving those kicks, isn't he?
He's been fully involved.
We'll play on,
Hanginoa up to the 22. And jersey 23 for Manawatū. And it will be Sword's first touch of the afternoon, trying to clear that. And what can they do here? Reti, Cameron with the tackle. The ball is loose. General play, so Taranaki can pick it up. And a box kick there. And it's gone deep from Jade Taylor. Woodmass is back. Here's Harris trying to go around his man, and he does so. Spinning out of a few tackles is Harris in jersey number 24.
He's been good today.
Been everywhere. The midfielder. Jersey 18 is Mawati. And nearly intercepted there. Manawatū still have it. Running up with it is Rolliston to the 22. Quick ball here to the left-hand side. Woodmass, Reti. Mehinik is driven back. And it is a forward pass. So it's starting to open up now as we are about to tick over the 50-minute mark.
Manawatū hot on the attack at the moment. Definitely got a new lease of life. Bit of energy there. They've come out of the blocks in the second half. Ready to rip in. They want to hold on to that taonga. So they're definitely up for it. That Shula comes to the bench now for Taranaki.
Yeah, looks like Luca Cassidy and Kano Adams coming on in jersey 20 and 19.
Good to see young Kaino Adams out there from Puketapu, Te Atiawa. Young fella, and Luca Cassidy as well, who played yesterday. He played 4 games yesterday for Taranaki Tribal in the tournament and played really well as well, so good to see him out there.
Jersey change 2, Cassidy in 19 by the looks of it. Tall coastal lock.
Stand on. Cool, time on guys. Scrum.
What they played, 25-minute halves yesterday?
25-minute halves yesterday. The 2 teams in the final. So Taranaki Tribal won the tournament yesterday, undefeated. There was actually no team that went close to them. They blitzed everybody. It was a really good performance by them, Taranaki Tribal. They played Ngā Ruahine in the final. 4 games for those 2 teams. And there's half a dozen of those boys that played in those 2 teams out here today. So big mihi out to them.
Yeah, massive day. And a great celebration of the Taranaki Māori Rugby Football Union.
100 years doesn't come around too often, does it, Will?
That's right. Big shunt there coming from Manawatū. Taranaki do well. Landers will clear from deep inside his 22. And dribbles into touch. A good clearance kick there from the southern fullback. No, well worth celebrating. And they had a documentary to start our coverage this afternoon with a history of Māori rugby. But as you say, it dates back longer than that. 1860s, you were saying, Cap, so...
1868, long time ago. Just a sparkle in the old man's eye back then, eh?
That's it. Another run there from Walters Hansen. Taylor into position. Cassidy, his first touch of the afternoon, gets the offload as well to Adams. They're at the 10-metre line. Manawatū may have turned this one over. They have.
That's Harris again.
Yeah, Sword distributes from the back of the ruck. And he's back there, Sword in 21, the replacement halfback, trying to find the ball. And he gets it. Some of the big boys now running in the action. And it's been charged. There's the man with no number, McLean. Manawatū, though, get the counter ruck. That's really accurate. Adams coming out of the line quickly. And he steals it. The crowd find their voice here at Yarrows Stadium. Cassidy. Walters Hansen again. Support players there for Taranaki. Taylor. Matheson. Kicks downfield. And awkward bounce at the back there for Manawatū, but they do really well there. Having Bob Leah on the wing. Trying to disrupt that is Adams. And it's slow here from Taranaki and for Manawatū rather, and Rowan Gladding will say it's a scrum team going forward. It's not a bad option though. Instead of giving a penalty, give the unplayable. So no score so far in the second half. 21-7. Taranaki with the advantage. 3 converted tries to 1. And there the statistics there. Starting to balance out.
Yeah, Manawatū are really up for this game in the second half. As you can see, there's a bit of a breeze down there on the field.
Yeah. Gusty westerly coming through. And Jade Taylor's offside. Woodmass taps and goes quickly. And then trying to find some space, they do. Here's Manawatū on the charge. Tangi Noa tackled by India Sawatuahuta. Halfback Sword gets into position for Manawatū. They can get back in this game if they start to pull some phases together and be accurate. Sword has a bit of a dab around the side of the ruck, and it's there for Manawatū.
Another strong run by Minhinnick.
He's been a part of the action today. Woodmass tackled there from Taranaki.
Leave it, Black!
Taranaki trying to get over the ball. Sword again. Reti, the captain, he'll love one. They come away to this left-hand side. Hepi in from fullback.
Leave it, 13!
Jackson Sinclair told to get out of it. It's there for Manawatū. A couple of one-off runners now. And they could set it up. They've done well here. Reti now. The skipper reaches out. I thought he was there, and he is. Taranaki saying he knocked it on, but I thought he placed it okay. And Rowan Gladding's in a good position. Manawatū closed that margin.
He's been strong today, Trent Reti from Ngaitau. As you mentioned, Ethan Reti's brother. There's a big lump of a lad there. Back rower, number 8. He's got his hands on his heads. Oh, now he's bent over. He's sucking in the big ones, but well worth it when you score a meat pie.
Don't say they're going to sub him after that. Looks like he's going off to the sideline.
He's going to get one of those hangies, Will. On the sideline, he's keen for a kai.
I'm sure there'll be a feed after this. Yeah.
He's been strong today. He's been strong, Reti. We're going for the kick here. Oh, this is an interesting one. Got someone placing and someone... oh, no, he's holding the ball for him. It must be pretty windy down there.
Yeah. You just sort of see shorts and things moving around in the wind, so Sword will hold it for Hepi. Already slotted one earlier this afternoon. And he will look to go 2 from 2, but a tricky kick in the conditions. And this one is...
unsuccessful.
Has missed, yeah.
So the score remains 21-12 in favour of Taranaki Māori over Manawatū Māori. 55 minutes in now, whānau.
Yeah, hopefully enjoying the coverage. Privileged to be here as we celebrate 100 years of Taranaki Māori Rugby Football Union. And the crowd starting to build up outside as we are about 2 hours away from Taranaki Manawatū in the Bunnings NPC. And these players having the privilege of playing on the number 1 field this afternoon. Taranaki get the ball from the kickoff. Referee playing advantage. They may have come up offside. Number 20 is Adams. Yeah, headgear on before, but that's been ripped off.
Let him go.
There's Manawatū just playing a few little games there to slow the ball down.
Good work there by Kainoa Adams. A kick for touch now with Matheson. He's been good today, Matheson.
He is. Yeah, good stable player. Can play 10 and 15. Did a bit of a profile on him during the club rugby competition and enjoys playing for Coastal. Come down from the King Country. Taumaranui, Tikawiti area.
Awesome. I actually thought, seeing that he was there from Coastal, I thought he might have been maybe related to the Matheson whānau from the coast.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not too sure. Maybe there's some connection in there somewhere.
Sack's fine.
Hansen has it at the back. He'd love to score a try. He's been fully involved in pretty much everything for Taranaki this afternoon.
Yep, you're fine. Ball's there.
Originally from the South Island. And 21 for Taranaki.
Beautiful try there.
Oh, they're in. Oh, no, it's been stolen away. In fact, the referee will say time off.
Hang on. What do you got?
Walters Hansen. From Te Atiawa.
And he's been rewarded for it as well. So, a bit of a conversation with the assistant referee, Mason Austin. And we'll have a look at the replay to see how that transpired. But Taranaki score their 4th try of the afternoon to stretch that score out to 26-12 with a conversion to come as we just approach the hour mark of this game. So it came from the line out. Tommy Hamilton has been impressive at 4 for Taranaki. And it was Harry Hansen at the back.
Yeah, so that's Walters Hansen, Sage Walters Hansen. By the looks of it, might have come down from Wellsford. or has played up in Wellsford, and I'm pretty sure he'll be related to the Walters whānau from Waitara there. So big mihi to him on that try.
And the conversion successful as well, 28-12.
Try converted. Taranaki Māori 28, Manawatū 12.
Yeah, looks pretty good though, doesn't he? Walters Hanson.
Yeah, Clifton, sorry, playing for Clifton, but previously Wellsford up in the north. I know that club well. Good club, Wellsford, up in Northland.
Good intel. Hamilton goes up with it, and there's the try scorer. Walters Hanson been really good today as Woodmass is on for Taranaki in jersey 21. It's Campbell out of the Tūkopa club, played for Wellington in the MPC as well. Moved up to Taranaki a few years ago. And Manawatū, Sword, reaches in. Heppy up from fullback. A couple of the replacement players on. Jersey 16 is Tawhai. And they're breaking through here, Manawatū. And that's Hanson, AJ Hanson, tackled, and he can play that ball. That's good skill there from the lock. Sword back into position, skips the one-off runners. They go into back play. Over the top it goes, intercepted. India Sauatua Huta. When he's in that position, no one can stop him because he's got so much speed, and he will score under the bar for the Taranaki Māori.
Beautiful read there by Sauatua Huta. They had definitely had an overlap there, Manawatū, as you can see in this replay. Strong run there by Hanson. He's been great today. Bit of pressure. Holds the ball, looks for the long ball. 4-on-1. And takes the intercept and scoots over 60 metres to score under the post there. Sauatua Huta from Te Atiawa. Good to see him home. That takes the score now out to 33-12 with the kick to come here from Matheson. And their kick is successful. That takes the score out to 35-12 now. Taranaki Māori over Manawatū Māori. A good try there against the grain. Manawatū hot on the attack. And Taranaki scooped that up to get a good comfortable lead now.
Yeah, really good lead. And that loopy pass probably wasn't quite the option there for Manawatū, because that was the end result. A try against them as Hamilton claims the restart for Taranaki. There's Cassidy, runs it off the back. AJ Hanson gets the penalty.
Once again, Hanson, the towering lock there from Manawatū. He's been very handy today. He's been into everything. Here's his Hanson from Ngaitau.
Scrum.
And they opted for the scrum instead of going for the line-out. The line-out not operating that well for Manawatū this afternoon, so scrum's probably the safer option.
Here we are. They've run out for rows, okay? He's a hooker. Have a go? Okay, play on.
Just listen to the conversation between the front rows and the referees. Intelligent chat that, and I thought they may have been going to uncontested scrums, to be honest, because there was a word there that they've run out of front rows, so Hooker might have gone into prop.
Bind!
But it looks like we still all go.
Set!
Yeah, a little bit unsteady there. There'll be a lot of tired bodies.
Straight sideways, guys.
Good to see young Ropata Taylor there taking the field, number 16 from Coastal, Taranaki Iwi. Big shout out to him and his whānau. Seen his nan here earlier.
Crouch!
We haven't been able to see the crowd in front of us, but they're certainly pretty vocal. Hear it through our sound effects. And a penalty. Looks like it's Angle, and Sword takes it quickly. Manawatū, a nice set play, and it's brought Woodmass into the gap, trying to go around the outside. Tackle coming across there from foul. Manawatū in the 22, and they can get back in this game here with a try. Playing under advantage now. Taranaki coming in offside. And not getting back. They go quickly, does Sword, but he's not on the mark.
Number 3.
Very,
offside,
very
got
unlike
back.
a halfback to try and be sneaky.
It's been the play of the day today, isn't it? The halfbacks, they've enjoyed those sneaky little tap and goes.
Going for another scrum.
You went in as well, though. He's not holding the weight.
Good bit of chat there from the front rowers. He's not holding the weight. Yes, I am.
I think it's Cam Shotter who said he wasn't holding the weight. Cam on the far side for Taranaki. Sword feeds. 8-9 play. Sword over the top it goes. And
Release
that's
now! Hold! Back.
rolls Parway. Haven't really called his name so far today. Taranaki's counter-ruck is good.
Leave it, Brad.
Coming over the ball. Woodmass playing halfback. Here's Cassidy. Runs it up to the advantage line. Woodmass to clear again. And Landers buying himself a little bit of time. And kicks downfield for the home team. Very good clearance too. Might be aided by that strong breeze. You can see the assistant referee's flag there fluttering.
The Landers show and go there with a nice boot. Great clearance there by Landers. Manawatū ball here on the 40-metre line.
Yeah, McLean scored the opening try of the afternoon. Cassidy, in fact, Hamilton comes away with it. Woodmass puts boot to ball. Here's an interesting chase here with Bob Lear. Bob Lear comes back for it. That's going to be carried back, and a scrum to Taranaki. Good pressure there from the replacement halfback for Taranaki.
Scrum.
So this scrum will be interesting because we've seen Manawatū. They earned the penalty before. They'll no doubt want to have a shot here with under 15 minutes to play. I know they wanted to speed up the second half. Got to be off by a certain time, of course.
Crouch! Bind! No, stand up. We're all moving all over the place before the set there, guys.
A little bit unsteady.
So Campbell Woodmass here with the feed from Ngāti Toa Rangatira.
Wellington?
Aye, Porirua, in and around that area. And for 2 kapa.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Stable now. Woodmass gets it off to Tito. Set play. Matheson into the line. Tries to look for the support. Probably better to just pass it. To run with it instead of pass it, because Manawatū have got it back, and it's an awkward position here for them to clear right in front of their own goalposts.
No, it's not.
Sword. And this is awkward. This is awful stuff here by the visiting side. It's carried back, and Taranaki will have another shot at it.
Great pressure there by Kainoa Adams from Puketapu.
Is it? Alright, okay. Scrum's over here, guys.
A great little play there off the scrum there by Taranaki Māori, with Hone Matheson going through the line like you said there, Will. Probably should have just held on to that ball. He could have gone all the way.
You carried it back, and we did.
He was looking inside for his captain and Landers to give him a meat pie. Just trying to share the kai. Hey, Will, trying to share the kai with the bro.
Absolutely. Landers is the captain, so he'll want to pull rank too. Hey. Yeah.
He'll want one of those stories to tell the mokopuna. Yeah, that was me. I scored under the post to win the Tuera Shield.
From 40 out.
Set!
He's a character.
You got to stay at the halfway. 9, you got to stay at the halfway.
Walters Hansen looking for 2. Is he over? He is. Easy as you like by the number 8 for Taranaki out of Te Atiawa. And that lead just grows here for the home team.
He's been very solid today, Walters Hansen. Very strong off the back of the scrums. He was part of the Taranaki Bulls wider training squad earlier in the year. Great to see him leading his pack around for Taranaki Māori. And they're giving the ball to Landers now for the conversion kick. Let's see if the old legs have still got it.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll keep an eye on that.
He'll say he's still got it. So 10 to play here, and 40 to 12. It's been a good performance by the Taranaki Māori. And yep, those legs have still got it. 42-12 with that successful conversion. That's 6 converted tries, I think.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it? Converting your tries, you know, that's 6 converted tries there, there's 12 points. 42-12 now, Arno. Taranaki Māori over Manawatū Māori with 10 to go. We have Woodmass here with the kickoff.
We'll get play back underway. And Hamilton lurching forward. Taranaki knock it on in the process. And Manawatū have it back. Sword. Number 16 is Tawhai, Dan Tawhai for Manawatū. Harris, who's been good today. And they've got some space on that far side of the field too. Rolls Pawai was amongst the action. Hansen, that's AJ Hansen, who has also had a good shift for the visiting side. Harris to the 22, lays it back. Taranaki again competing. Hansen gets it back and tackled by his namesake, Harry Hansen for Taranaki. Tangi Noa cuts back in field. Woodmass rolls out effectively. And again, it's loose here for Manawatū. And it's been knocked on as well. In fact, there's going to be a penalty for the high tackle, so that supersedes the knock-on advantage because it's foul play. They've gone quickly here, have Manawatū. It's Hepi. Tangi Noa cuts back in field. Around 1 or 2 Taranaki defenders. Sword to Rolliston. Sword again. Manawatū into the back line it goes. Here's Harris with the ball in 2 hands. Then tucks it under his shoulder to go. And come back away to this open side. Osgood in 7 runs it up.
Back.
Not really going anywhere so far yet. Manawatū. Woodmass inside ball to Harris.
Leave it. Offside advantage for.
And yeah, Hamilton coming up too quickly. In fact, he wasn't back.
4.
And concedes the penalty.
4. Yep. On the line.
Does Tommy Hamilton.
Offside.
Might go quickly here. Old Manawatū, they do. Yep.
Good run there.
Yeah, it's Rolliston. The 2 locks working really well in the last couple of minutes here for Manawatū.
Oh, great
that's
short
a
ball.
great short ball. Absolutely, it's
None other than Harris, Max Harris.
He deserves
from
that.
Ngāpuhi. It's been outstanding today for Manawatū Māori.
He's been everywhere, hasn't he? He really deserves that. Scored a try against Wairarapa Bush last week.
And nice how Woodmass just holds the line up like that. Does the feint with the short ball to Harris coming through on a short line. Woodmass has been good today too for Manawatū. Ngāti Raukawa. That takes the score out now. Taranaki Māori 42, Manawatū Māori 17 with the kick to come. He'll be happy to take the kick. Yeah, I've been impressed with Woodmass and Harris in the back line there for Manawatū. Would like to see them get a few more opportunities. But Harris has just been popping up everywhere.
He's been good running. And the kick, trying to swing it around, and he does so. Flags go up by the assistant referees. And that pushes the score out to 42-19.
3 tries in 6 minutes, you reckon, Will?
You never know.
Māori rugby, you never know.
You never know. You saw Hawke's Bay yesterday coming back against Auckland. That can do some funny things, rugby, particularly under pressure. When a team gets in the lead, they can probably be a little bit complacent. Matheson restarts play. Good contest, and Walters Hansen, who has been everywhere for Taranaki, including scoring 2 tries, grabs it. And a bit of pressure there coming from Manawatū, but Hamilton lays it back for Woodmass. Cameron, quick hands here now into the back line. It goes for Taranaki. Matheson spinning out of a few spots, a little bit of a space. Honi Matheson scores under the bar for Taranaki. Outstanding play.
Beautiful awareness. He had a lot of pressure on him there. Just done that little inside step as he received the ball to get away from the defender, and then just backed himself, come inside, bit of footwork. Seen the hole, straight through the middle and under the post he goes. Matheson, he's been outstanding today as well.
Yeah, good with the kicking off the tee. He deserves that this afternoon. And 47-19 is the score. And it will be Landers to kick.
And what better way to finish off the try with a beautiful waiata from the Pātea Māori Club. Fitting for the occasion, and I'm sure heaps of our whānau from Pātea are in the stands today supporting the kaupapa, supporting the occasion. And that try is converted there by someone else from down that way, from Taranaki ki Tonga, and Brent Landers, who's of Ngāti Ruanui and Ngāti Poraurangi.
And he's in no rush to get back to halfway either, Landers.
49-19 wānau, Taranaki Māori over Manawatū Māori. We've got about 3 or 4 minutes left in the game today.
Restart from Manawatū. And again, Tommy Hamilton, he has been everywhere at line-out time with these restarts, claiming possession for Taranaki. Here's Tito. Woodmass. Good little tip on the 2 locks, Cassiter and Hamilton working well in tandem. Matheson with the up and under. Chase coming from Taranaki, and it's allowed to bounce. And it's bounced in the favour of Manawatū. Bob Leah takes it into contact, sword. And they're going to change direction here, Manawatū. The defence coming up against Ethan Woodmass. He scored 2 tries against Wairarapa Bush last week. Woodmass making the tackle. And running the ball up again, but not going anywhere. Sword. That's Osgood. Sword again to this near side. And almost intercepted there. It's gone on. No, I thought it went backwards off Taranaki, but it has gone forward from Manawatū. Only a few minutes to play now, and just getting a little bit sloppy now.
Yeah, well, for some of these guys, it's been a big few days. Half a dozen of them, this will be their 5th game for the weekend, so...
And this is full 80 minutes as well.
This is a full 80-minute game as well, so there'll be some tired bodies out there. But well worth it, well worth it. Representing your whānau, your hapu, your iwi, your people. Right here on the beautiful Yarrows Stadium. Underneath our taueke maunga Titohea. So we welcome our whānau from Manawatū up to Taranaki to keep those honunga strong between our two areas, our two peoples.
Yeah, great rugby traditions in both areas. And Manawatū still have it back here. They spin it away to the right-hand side.
Off now, 21, off.
The lock is Jay Rolliston as the siren sounds. And Taranaki Māori will walk away with a very comprehensive victory here this afternoon, but Manawatū might have one final say as they trail by 49-19. And they'll no doubt go quickly, and they do. One last play here. And they're not back 10, so another penalty here against Taranaki again. They go quickly, they're not on the mark.
Can't go quick on the not 10 ones. Can't go quick on the not 10s. Can't take a quick tap if it's a not back 10 penalty, because you've already taken your quick tap back there.
So Bob Lear will tap it, I'm sure. Just looking at the options to go. And Anton Shepherd with the run. It's a little bit messy at the back. Manawatū in Taranaki's half. They've got a long way to go if they want to score a try before full time. And I thought it was knocked on. Cry from the supporters, but the referee waves it away. Minhinnick, who's also had a strong game this afternoon for Manawatū. Harris, called his name a lot. He scored a try. And that little dab kick through. And India Sawatuahuta picks it up. He's dangerous if he's got some space to play with. Cassidy down the flank, into the corner.
What a way to finish.
And that brings up the 50 for Taranaki.
Outstanding against the run of play there, Taranaki Māori. Sawatuahuta gets the ball onto Cassidy in the big lock. Breaks one tackle and outruns his opposite lock to score in the corner and finish off the game beautifully. He'll be loving that, Cassidy. He's one of the ones that played 4 games yesterday, so the old legs would have been burning running down the sideline there, but he gets in on the 80th minute to take that to 54-19 with the kick to come.
And it will be Matheson to have the final say of this match. Right on the touchline. But that westerly breeze could aid this kick, and we'll see how good he can judge it. I think there might be 8 tries to Taranaki. And looks like it is just away to the left-hand side. So an unconverted try to finish this match here. The Taranaki Māori picking up a very, very good victory over the Manawatū Māori. 54-19, 8 tries to 3. And Caps, what do you make of the festival game here this afternoon?
Awesome, really enjoyed that game. Great spirit played. The game was played in great spirit and moved the ball around. Some great offloads, some great support play. Some really exciting footy from both sides. But Taranaki Māori just too strong today on their home turf, right here at Yarrows Stadium under their tauheke maunga. So congratulations to Taranaki Māori who will now be the holders of the Tuera Shield. And commiserations to our Manawatū whānau, Manawatū Māori. But just an outstanding spectacle, outstanding occasion, and just beautiful to see our two rohe come together and celebrate being Māori in the special game of rugby union.
100%. The shield will no doubt be handed over. There's the whānau and dignitaries down in front of us there. Come out onto the field. Toka Walden. Ray Sharky Peters, I think, is down there as well somewhere.
Yeah, there's a few of the old heads there. Tommy Kātene, life member, Uncle Hone Niwa, Uncle John Hooker, all in there. Awesome to see them come together. There's been so many memories shared over the last 2 days and in the lead up to this beautiful weekend. Just about the stories, the history, the memories of all of our old people, all of those that have gone before us and those that are still here with us today, that continue to share the legacy and those memories of Māori rugby here in Taranaki And as you can see, they're all congregating down on the sideline now in preparation for the handing over of the taonga. So big mihi to them all for coming. Some have come near and far, some have come from Pōneke, from up north, all to be here for the special occasion. So fantastic to see.
We'll take a look at some of the highlights from the match this afternoon. Taranaki have won 54-19. And this was the first try of the afternoon. It was the hooker, McLean, with no number on the back. He opened the account. And then for the first half, it was Taranaki. And at half-time, they stretched that score out to 21-7 because they scored 3 tries to 1 in the first half. And Cameron was in support. This was a beauty, wasn't it?
Just great offload, great support, everyone backing each other up. They really wanted their try and way to finish it off there by Tito.
And this was their second Taranaki, rumbling it up. And it was easy. It was an overlap play. Benny Katane scored in the corner. And then just before the break to make it 21-7, it was another one. It was a good 8-9 play off the back of the scrum. And it was Matheson who scampered through, and then Jay Taylor was in support. He scored underneath the posts.
Then Manawatū hit back here. They come back strong in the second half, Manawatū, and it was the big man, the captain, Trent Riti, who come through there with the try for Manawatū.
The first one for Walters Hansen as well. Off the back of the line out, and it was a little bit stagnant there for Taranaki, but they managed to roll it up. And they did a pretty good job, all things considered, because as you can see, Manawatū was doing their very best to impact it. Walters Hansen was in good support there to score. And the referee just had to check with his assistant there, but the try was confirmed eventually.
And then Manawatū obviously hit back again. Once again, Hansen has been strong all day. The lock setting it up. Then for a long shift ball, skip ball, but it was actually intercepted. Sol Tui Huta ran 60 metres to score underneath the post to seal the deal for Taranaki late in that second half. And then obviously Taranaki backed that up once again. Walters Hansen off the back, strong all day. He only seen one thing, and that was the line, and he got there.
Finally, Manawatū got over the line, and it was the midfielder, Max Harris, who scored a try last week as well, and dotted down this afternoon at Yarrows Stadium. He had a good shift, playing at centre.
And then to finish it off, out wide here, Matheson showed his footwork and his class. He was outstanding today, not only with the boot, but with his running style as well. And then Sol Tui Huta with a footwork, pass on to Cassidy down the sideline, the big lock finishing it off for Taranaki Māori, scoring in the 80th minute and sealing the deal in what was an outstanding win for Taranaki Māori today.
54-19 was the final score here at Yarrows Stadium. The Taranaki Māori picking up the win against Manawatū. And it has been a very good occasion here. Caps, thanks so much for joining us in commentary. I know it was a late call-up for you this afternoon, but you're obviously aware of what's going on this weekend. You've been a big part of what's happening this weekend, so I really appreciate your time this afternoon as we see on screen the handover of the prestigious trophy.
Thanks for your time, Will. It's been awesome to call with you today, mate. I really enjoyed the game, really enjoyed the occasion, and this whole weekend. It's just been fantastic. And as you can see with the players and the kaumātua, our whānau out there, talking about the impact that this weekend has had on all of our people here. You see the tino rangatiratanga flags. It's just great to see the celebration of Māori rugby in full force here this weekend in Taranaki.
And the plans for the rest of the afternoon, obviously the Bunnings MPC at 4:35 this afternoon, but there'll be an aftermatch and so forth?
Yeah, everybody's going back for a kai and a kōrero. Kai, kōrero and a coffee. So it should be good to finish off the weekend in high spirits and
and I'm sure the spirits will be really high right now after getting that win and getting to bring back the taonga, the Tuera Shield, back to Taranaki. They'll be really, really happy about that, all the whānau.
Well, that brings our coverage to a close here this afternoon as the Taranaki Māori pick up a 54-19 win over the Manawatū Māori. Mā te wā, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
This live stream is sponsored by PSL, Sound, Light and Stage.